welcome. This is Oleg with Good Choice Preservation. We're going to go out and do a winterization. I'm going to show you the tools to use, the best supplies, and we're going to show you how to make some money on the allowables. Make sure you guys have your work order with you. That'll tell you what the allowables are. So we're going to go shopping. We're going to buy some stuff. I'm going to show you the cleaning supplies that we need and the tools, and then we're going to go and do the wint. We're here at the hardware store. We're going to pick up some cleaning supplies, some plumbing supplies to make this job easier, faster, and efficient. We got a shark bite cap. What this does is doesn't require any gluing, no soldering. It goes with PEX, CPVC, and copper. This works really well. It's for a speedy process to repair pipes and just cap them so there's no water leaks. We also have 1/2 inch to 1/2 inch, and this is a connector which connects also PEX, CPVC, and copper. It's really quick and easy. You don't need lots of tools, just slide it in there and it's on. These are shark bites, and the way they work is just slide it in. Once you slide it in, it does not come out. It just locks itself in there. So to join, you can join copper and CPVC. Alright, so this is tight, it will not come out. You can join PEX. You can search around and you can get these cheaper. You get some generic brands. They'll be a lot cheaper. Okay, so we're gonna do. This is to join them, and then this is the end cap in case you need to close something off so the water does not. So it doesn't go anywhere. Okay, these are solid. They are not coming out. We're gonna pick up some zip ties. 14 inches is a really good length to pick up. And we need to tie these around the shutoff valve during winterization, and 14 inches will get you around the pipe and the shutoff valve. So we're going to pick these up in case there's repairs during winterization. You can use copper, you can use PEX or CPVC. We're going to use CPVC because it's cheaper and it just slides right in there. Easy repairs. Small repairs will make us a little bit of money on the side. One of the cheap and sanitary ways to get the water out of a toilet bowl and a toilet tank is to use this siphon tools. It's really cheap and effective. All right, we're also going to pick up a toilet brush to clean out the toilet bowls. Now for those extra dirty toilets, you might need to get some gloves. We also want to pick up an end cap for the laundry room in case there's a single shutoff valve. This will cap off one of the ends so we can pressurize one line at a time. Alright, so we've arrived at the property, and I verified that it's the correct address. I have the work order in front of me. Make sure you always have the work order with you. It'll tell you what to do on the property, so you know what needs to be done. We're going to go through and we're going to start with the PCR pictures. I have my winterization checklist with me, and I have the photo checklist right here. So we're going to go through one by one, and I'm going to show you guys around. Alright, what I'm going to do is I'm going to start with my exterior pictures for the PCR. I'm going to do exterior PCR first, then I'm going to do interior PCR, and there's another video you guys can watch to see what pictures are needed for the PCR. Every winterization requires a PCR to be done inside and out. Yeah. So we're here at the unit, and this is a double unit. So if we walk over here and we shut the water off down here at the main shutoff valve at the street, we could shut the water off to the other unit. So we don't want to do that. We're going to walk around the house to see if there's another shutoff valve. We're going to shut this water shutoff valve off. There's another one on the other side. So this tells me that this shutoff valve shuts off the water only to this side. We're not going to do it at the street. We're going to do it here. What we want to do is we want to take a picture. Then we want to make sure it's turned off. All right, and then we're going to put the zip tie on and take another picture. So what we want to do is we want to drain the hot water tank first because it takes the longest to drain. So we're going to hook up our hose to the water tank. I'm going to make sure that thing is really tight. Then we're going to open it up. And I'm going to take my picture of the hose hooked up. Alright, so I'm going to step back and I'm going to take another picture of the whole water tank, showing that everything is intact and it's all there. Alright, then I'm going to take a picture of, I'm going to shut everything off. and take a picture of that, of the breaker. We want to make sure we have these pictures. The two most missed pictures in the winterization are the pictures of a hot water tank and hose draining the water. So we want to make sure we get that picture. All right, you always want to make sure you have a generator with you, because there's not always going to be electricity at the property. You hook it up to the compressor. Compressor goes inside the house and into the laundry room, which we'll show you in a sec. But I want to make sure I get a shot of this, of my equipment, of the generator, of the compressor, and then we're going to go inside and take some more shots. All right, what we want to do next, we want to open up all the valves. Make sure that when the air starts coming in, the water comes out here. All right, we're going to open up the shower valve. All right, and we're going to make sure that goes in there. All right, so what we're going to do next is we're going to hook up the gauge, and we're going to hook up the compressor, so to get the air flowing in the plumbing, so the air can push out the water. And we're going to hook this up here. If it doesn't go on tight, use some pliers so it's snug, so you don't have a water leak. Then we're going to open this up, and the air is going to start coming in. Make sure this one is closed. Okay. All right, we tried pressurizing this system, and it started leaking. The valves were closed, but the water started coming out of here, and it didn't close the whole way. So we have this end cap. It's like a hose fitting. We're gonna put that on. All right, so we got the end cap on here. I want to make sure it's on really tight. All right, so I got my hose hooked up, and I want to make sure that my valve is not shut, that it's open, so the air goes into the plumbing, and it starts forcing the water out. What I want to do is I'm going to take pictures of that water coming out of all the fixtures. So we want the toilet tanks. We're going to go over here. We're going to take a picture of the tub. All this water coming out. We want to wait until all the water comes out before we start shutting these off. All right, so we've drained all the lines. What we want to do is we want to close the faucets. We want to close all the tanks. We want to close this right here. All right, make sure it's fully closed. And what we're going to do is we're going to go over to the toilet. And that valve over there, we're going to make sure that's shut off before we do the pressure test. What I'm going to do is I'm going to take my before pictures of the toilet, of the bowl, and I'm going to start cleaning it. And I'm going to use the water that's in the toilet tank to flush it down. So I'm going to start cleaning this. Okay. All right, I'm going to get an action shot of me cleaning the toilet. All right, so now we're going to flush the toilet, and we're going to drain the bowl and the tank. All right, so we're going to start the draining process here. Looks like there was no water in there. All right, there can't be any water in the bottom of the bowl, so we're going to stick this all the way down and get the water out of there. Use your siphon tool to siphon what's left in the toilet bowl. What we're going to do is we're going to take the after pictures of the toilet bowl, and then we're going to take after pictures of the actual bowl itself, showing that there's no water there. We're going to start pouring the antifreeze. You want to use the pink antifreeze, non-toxic. And we're going to pour it on all the drains, the toilets, the toilet tanks, and all the P-traps. And make sure you get your action shots as you're pouring. We're going to pour the antifreeze into the toilet tank. And while I'm pouring that in there, I'm going to get my action shot. Ready? All right, we're going to take an after shot of the toilet bowl, showing that it has winterization fluid in there. And then we're going to do the sink. What we want to do is we want to pour the antifreeze into the dishwasher. And we want to get our action shot while we're doing that. Alright, so I'm going to pour this antifreeze in here. And I want to get some action shots while I'm doing it. This is the laundry room drain for the washing machine. We have different winterization stickers here. And I laid them out all for you guys. And we have Ultisource here. This is Ultisource. MSI, Core Logic. This is MCS stickers. And then the LPS stickers are slightly different, they're blue. If you run out of these, make sure you call us and order them ahead of time. The rest of these stickers, make sure you keep enough copies printed in your truck. And what we want to do to fill them out, we're going to use a Sharpie and make sure that it's legible, that the date's on there, work order number is on there, and we fill it all out. Each of these has to be filled out and take a picture of it so it's clear. Alright, with the sinks, we need to tape them off with using blue tape. Put an X on them. You don't have to use the 1.5 inch, you can use just a 3/4 inch or 1 inch. But it must be blue. So we're going to put a little X on here, then put the sticker on, and the sticker is filled out. I'm going to get my picture. Okay, we also need to tape off the toilets with blue tape. And we're going to put a sticker on there that's already filled out. Winterization stickers also go on the kitchen sink. We're going to put a sticker on the water heater. As you can see, all these stickers are filled out. We're also going to put one on the breaker, and I'm going to turn these off. And if you have a sump pump, make sure it stays on, and also if there's a dehumidifier on the property and it's plugged in, make sure you don't turn that one off. Alright, everything else goes off. We're in Florida, we don't have a sump pump, so I'm going to shut all of them off. And I'm going to get my pictures. So since this door jam has a window, we're going to put it on the front door window. This is the sticker that goes on there, the bigger one. I'm going to come out here and I'm also going to take a picture. What we did so far is we emptied the system of this house of water by blowing air into the pipes, and we made sure that there's no water in the hot water tank, and we poured the antifreeze into all the drains, all the sinks, all the toilets, and we put all the stickers on. What we're going to do now is we're going to pressurize the plumbing to make sure it's safe and sound, that there is no leaks in the plumbing, and we're going to show you how to do that. So we want to make sure when we pressurize the system is that all the valves are closed, all the faucets, all the showers, all the toilet valves are shut off, so that way when you pressurize it, it gives you a true reading, it does not give you a false reading, and then we can truly report to the bank the status of the house. Alright, we're going to turn the compressor on, and we're going to bring this up to 35 pounds of pressure. As soon as this plumbing pipes, they fill with 35 pounds of pressure, we want to shut this valve off, and we don't want more than 35. Nothing more than 35 in these plumbing. It's very important. What we want to show is here. I'm going to show you that this hose is not hooked up to it. So the pressure is held actually in the plumbing. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to take a clear picture. If you need to, turn your macro setting on your camera so this is clear and crisp and we can see the numbers that it's at 35. Alright, as you can see, this is independent of the air compressor. Alright, so I'm going to double check that everything is done complete before I leave the job. That way I don't have to come back and I can make my business make some money instead of losing money. So I'm gonna check. This is an MCS work order. I'm gonna go through the specs, make sure I put the stickers on correctly, the zip tie, everything is done according to the specs. I'm gonna verify with my pick. I'm gonna go through my camera and I'm gonna look and make sure that I have all these pictures that is specified for this client. We have the pictures on the back also, so you can see it, so you can just quick reference it. But do go through every picture on your camera to make sure that you got all of them. This will save you some time and money going back. You could be making other money on other jobs while going back if you miss a picture. So missing one picture could lose a lot of money. If you ever get to a job and the property's frozen, the pipes are frozen, stop and call from site. Alright, now that I checked that everything is up to par, I'm going to take my pictures and I'm going to upload these to the PreserveSoft and get the PCR filled out.